Hello and welcome back. As the Aussie man says, here's my face. Today I am starting the disassembly of my case as we know it. Now, as luck would have it, I found out that I didn't give my old card to my son like I thought I had. So I can throw my old 970, DDX 970 back in there for a little while. It means I don't have to rely solely on the motherboard. Alright, so let's start, shall we? Oh, by the way, this one's going to involve me pulling my RTX 2080 out and fitting the Waterblock to it. So I'll take you through that process. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, step number one. How about we turn this thing off? And it works. Now all I need to do is make sure the drivers are all set up properly. Okay, let's get on to pulling apart the RTX 2080. Okay, so the first step is taking that off. Okay, and to do that, if I am correct, we need to undo, well, there are only 6 screws on the back of here. 5, 6, 7 screws. I stand corrected. Okay, so that should now allow this to come off. Somehow it should, I'm guessing, just pull off. Ooh, that was exciting. And then these 2 power switches, and then we have the board and that. Okay, so let's basically don't need that anymore, that's not needed. Let's clean this off because we will be replacing the thermal paste. And let's see if we can have a look at what chip they've actually put on here for me. Okay, so looking at the back of the card, we have 4 main screw holes there, but from the front it shows quite a few more. And on the back of the water block, let's take it out of its protective casing. We can now see a few more there as well. So this shows 1, 2, 3, which line up with the back here, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are some hidden underneath this plate, so I need to take that off. So to do that, I need to undo these screws here. And then that should theoretically just pop off, he says. But wait, what's going on here? This is also a heat sink. Look at that. Has some thermal pads on the back here. I should be able to just reuse those because that has come off quite nicely. So there is the back of the card and the front of the card, and that has come off quite nicely. So this then fits on here over that. So those 3 card holes, that one there is used on the back there, and those 2, those 2, and those 2, and those 2. So the card basically fits there like that. So next we apply the thermal pads and the thermal grease. Now these are all supplied by EK. And they come with a good number in case you stuff up. So let's do this. And before we put the card on, we will need to take off the blue, thin blue covering on the top there. Okay, now these two strips, one is there and it's quite long, and one is for there. So we will need to do some trimming of this. Now some thermal paste. They say about the size of 2 bits of rice. It's quite runny. So let's put that back on. Okay, so what we want to do now is start taking the blue plastic off. I would have thought that would come off quite easily, but it really does not. Oh, there seems to be a couple of layers to it. Okay, so that's interesting. That comes off quite easily. Like that, as you would expect it. So I can now put that down on there. And then worry about taking off the other bit afterwards. Okay, so there is a trick to it. There is a trick to it. Okay. Get that in there. Okay, so if you can see this, plastic should be see-through and clear. If you peel it back and see how it's got that layer on it, if you can see that layer, there, then you've pulled back too much. Okay, so you just need to be careful. And it should come off quite easily. Next step is to get your Waterblock back on. And to do that, I'm going to have to undo a screw first. This one here. And that sits on there like that. So the next step is to screw it down, flip it over and screw it down. Now EK have been so kind as to provide some screws for that job. Alright, so if I'm putting the back on, which I plan on doing, I need to do these 4 screws here. And of course, I never believe in doing a full tighten until after all the screws are in place. Just those two there. There. Okay, I need to put another screw in there. And then that means 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that is basically it. Well, thanks for watching. I haven't tested it yet. I will do that at some stage to make sure that the card still actually works. But that's how you pull apart your old card and put a water block on it. Again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And come back for more later. Okay, cheers. Bye. Oh, that's on a bit of a dangle. Oh, shit. And already I've lost a screw.